Hey, this is Deepak here from digitaldeepak.com and welcome to the next video in your lead generation mastery course. In this particular module, we had a look at the CATT funnel. First, we had an overview of what it means to create a CATT funnel, which is content, attention, trust, and transaction. And then we had an in-depth look at content alone, the different types of content you can create, especially the lead magnets, so that you can attract attention to that content and then go ahead and get people to opt into your content. So once your content is ready, before you go ahead and build the trust building mechanism, which is drip marketing and retargeting, which we will cover in the trust video and in the trust module, let's look at how do you drive attention to this particular content. Because once you have the content, you might want to start building up systems which will go ahead and drive traffic to that particular content. So these systems include SEO, social media, advertising, including inbound advertising and outbound advertising. And as we have discussed before, we will take this particular area, which is driving attention, and discuss about it in this particular video in depth. But we will also go even more deep when we are getting to the module on the attention part. So what we have done is that in this particular module, we first had an overview of CATT, and for each of these segments, content, attention, trust, and transaction, we are having a separate video and we are talking about it in depth. But that's not about it. We are also going to have separate modules for content, attention, trust, and transaction. So first I want to lay it out to you in a map so that you can understand which area we are focusing on, and then we will go deep in each of these areas. So that's how we have structured this content, so that at any point in time, you can look at the forest, but you can zoom in and look at the trees as well. So right now we are going to zoom in on the attention part. So here I have created a mind map to give you an idea about the topics that we will be discussing in this particular video. We are going to look at what is content marketing. Then we are going to look at SEO, SEM, Facebook ads, and social media. So in all these topics, I will give you like a short overview so that you can just look at the possibilities and see what is involved. And then in the module about attention, we will go deep in each of these topics. So first, let's look at content plus marketing. When we talk about content marketing, we just don't create content. We actually go ahead and create content and then do marketing. One of the main reasons that we do is that great content will not spread by itself. If you create great content and if you expect that people will come and look at your content automatically, that will not happen. And I have tried it a lot of times. I have written blog posts that are absolutely great, but nobody discovered them because there is just too much noise in the internet and everybody is trying to create content and everybody is trying to get someone else's attention. So you need a good funnel which will drive attention to your content. And that's one of the biggest reasons that marketing it is very important. And as we have discussed in the previous videos and as we have discussed in the framework of CATT, you need to create content, then you need to drive attention. But unless you build trust and do the transaction, you will not have enough profits to invest back into driving the attention and the creation of content. So that's how you have to look at it in a holistic manner. If you do the transaction well, which is the most important part of this particular course where we are going to talk about sales techniques, what will happen is that since you are doing the transaction well, you are going to make a profit out of it. And since you are having profits, that profit can be invested in creation of the content, doing the attention driving to the content, and also building the trust with the audience who comes in through the content. So we should always keep that in mind because a lot of people end up creating great content and then they do marketing around it. Some people create great content, do great marketing for it, drive attention to the content, but then they do not know how to monetize it by building trust with the audience. Some people create great content, some people do great marketing for it, drive attention to it. They also build trust with the audience, but then they do not leverage that trust to actually sell something and make a profit. So what will happen is that they will not be able to scale the amount of reach they have. And because of that, eventually the amount of content they create and the amount of attention that they can drive to the content also becomes very limited. And you will be able to see that a lot of YouTubers who keep posting videos on YouTube all the time, they get a lot of subscribers, but they are not making any sales. And trying to monetize your videos through the ads on YouTube itself is usually not a good idea, because people will try to get a lot of views, but the amount of money they are making from that attention that is being driven to the content is very, very less. And I have done some math around it. If you get 1,000 views for your YouTube video, you will just make $1 if you are doing advertising, which is Google AdSense and YouTube native advertising. You might have noticed that in my YouTube video, I have not enabled monetization, which means that if you watch my YouTube videos, there is no ad running in front of the video or in the middle of the video. I like to keep it that way because for me, the most valuable resource is the attention that my students and my viewers are paying to my content. And I am going to convert that attention into trust. Then I'm going to convert the trust into a transaction. I end up making more money by selling courses like this, which is the lead generation mastery course, than by advertising on my YouTube. So that is why a lot of people don't understand why I'm not monetizing my YouTube videos, because I end up making a lot more money by the sales of my products and services. And you might have noticed that my ultimate guide to lead generation video on YouTube, which is a short, crisp version of this entire course, has got like more than 100,000 views as of now. And this particular video does not have any ads around it. I'm just promoting the lead generation mastery course towards the end of that video. Now let's move on to the next point. To do content marketing well, you need to know what people want, and then you need to give it to them. And this is inbound advertising. When you look at inbound advertising, you have SEO and SEM, which is search engine optimization and search engine marketing. And then you can go ahead and interrupt people with something they might be interested in, which is outbound advertising. And outbound advertising involves techniques like Facebook ads, display ads, native advertising, and things like that. So here in this module and in this course, we will just look at Facebook ads, because Facebook ads is one of the most powerful outbound advertising platforms that exists. So now let's look at the first technique of driving attention, which is SEO. So SEO is basically search engine optimization. And here we are going to look at the keywords that people are searching for. So let's say people are searching for how to generate leads online. What I could do is that I could write an article and publish it on my blog, and I can make sure that the content is related to lead generation and helping people how to generate leads. So I can go ahead and optimize my blog post with on-page SEO in such a way that if people are searching for it on the Google search engine, then my blog post shows up. I will also do off-page SEO to drive discovery of my website. So I will do things like guest posting, digital PR, and things like that. So we will talk a little bit more in depth when it comes to SEO when we are having the module on attention. And if you want to go even more deep in the topic of SEO, then you might have to check out my SEO mastery course. So here, one of the challenges that we will have when we are driving traffic to our blog pages is that it is not a landing page with opt-in forms. If you look at a landing page with an opt-in form, the opt-in form might get around 30% to 40% conversion ratio if you have done it really well, or at least it will get like 10 to 20% conversion ratio. However, if you are driving traffic to your blog page, which is just going to be content pages, in the blog page, you are not going to have the flexibility to kind of make the entire page into a landing page, which is like an opt-in page. Because if you create it like that, then Google is not going to drive traffic to it. And I keep saying Google because Google is the biggest search engine right now, but doesn't necessarily mean Google. It can be other search engines as well. So people go ahead and search something on the search engine, then they visit your website, and then they will go ahead and opt in on your website. So that is how this entire thing works. So here, one of the problems with lead generation is that the percentage of visitors that you can convert into leads will be very less. And that would be around 5 to 10% at its best. So you can use tools like Opt-in Chat, Opt-in Monster to convert your visitors into leads. So that's how this entire thing works. So I will go ahead and show you some examples of how I drive traffic to my website using search engines. And I will also show you some examples of the opt-in tools that you can use. So here we are at my blog digitaldeepak.com, and here you can see that I have written a lot of articles on my blog, and these articles are very content focused, and most of the articles I have written are at least 700 words length. If you write very short articles like 300 words or 500 words, then you will not be able to attract search traffic to it. You might want to consider writing at least 1,000 word article. I would say 700 words is the minimum. So this particular article that you can see here is 700 words, where you can go ahead and communicate a concept, in 10 to 15 minutes. However, if you are diving deep into certain advanced topics, let's say something like drip marketing, then you might want to go ahead and write a 2000 word article. And the longer the articles are and the more in depth the articles are, the higher the search traffic that you will be getting to these articles. So when you drive search traffic to it, how are you going to convert the visitors into opt-in subscribers? So you can use tools like Opt-in Monster, which will kind of help you collect email IDs when people are trying to leave your website. Because as I said, the purpose of building content and the purpose of building lead magnets is that you can go ahead and capture the leads. And we are talking about this in the lead generation mastery course. So it's very obvious that you need to go ahead and capture the leads. So you can't just keep blogging and keep driving traffic to the blog. And a lot of bloggers make the mistake of only monetizing their blog from ads. Sometimes they put affiliate links on their blog. But what happens is that they are not able to monetize it. They are not able to generate the leads. They are not able to build trust with the leads, and they are not able to do the transaction with the leads in such a way that a lot of leads are converting into customers. If you are just putting links to your sales page or affiliate links or just display ads, then the amount of revenue that you can make with the traffic that you get will be very less. And if you cannot make enough revenue with the amount of traffic that you get, then you will not be able to go ahead and reinvest that revenue into lead generation, in terms of creation of content, in terms of driving attention to the content. So the better you can convert these leads into transactions and into profit, the more you can invest back into content creation and driving attention to that content, right? So that becomes very important. And here you can see this is one way of collecting leads, where you have like an exit pop-up and you can collect leads through that. And then you have this tool called Opt-in Chat, which is a tool that I have developed. And Opt-in Chat, here you can see that this is how it works. You go ahead and click on Opt-in Chat and it asks you a question. You respond to the question by answering something there, and then it asks you another question. So it asks for the email ID. So here you put the email ID, and then it goes ahead and asks you another question, which is your name. So it can keep asking questions like this, and you can keep answering those questions, and you will be able to collect the leads. And these leads can be passed on to your different email marketing accounts, such as ConvertKit, MailerLite, Aweber, Zapier, or whatever the tool is. So this is how Opt-in Chat works. So now that we have covered on how you are going to convert the visitors into leads from your blog, let's look at how you are going to drive traffic to the blog in the first place. So you have to go ahead and publish content which have very good search intent. Like for example, if you look at the amount of search traffic that I have been driving to my blog, in the past 3 months alone, I have got like 1.68 million impressions and 57,000 plus clicks on my website. And this is completely through the search engines. And as I told you, even though the percentage of visitors converting into leads will be less when it comes to blogging, you will also be able to get free traffic because of your blogging, right? So if you are getting free traffic, then why not try to convert those visitors into leads? And if you look at my analytics, here you can see the total amount of visitors that I am getting to my website every day. But out of this, almost 1/3 of it is from the search engine. So I'm going into acquisition overview, and here you can see this is the organic search. So in the past 1 week alone, we have got 4,400 visitors through the search engines. And here you can see this is the amount of search traffic that I am getting to my blog every day. So it's around 700 visitors a day, and I'm not paying anything for these visitors. And these visitors are coming to my blog because I have already created the asset, which is the content that I have published in the blog. And because of that, I'm continuously getting the traffic, and I'm not paying for this traffic. And these are also high quality traffic and high intent traffic, because when people are searching for something on Google, they are going to look at the ads on the top half of the page, and then they are going to scroll through the entire page, and then they are going to look at other links which are not ads, which are the organic search results. So here the click-through rate will also be less with organic search results, but the quality is higher because people are actually reading through it, and people are going ahead and clicking on things which is most interesting for them. So this is how search engine optimization works, and this is how you drive search traffic to your website, and then you generate leads via the search traffic. And we will go much more in depth in the module about attention. We will have several videos about SEO. I will also show you how to do keyword research, because trying to understand what people are searching for and then serving them involves some keyword research. I will not go into depths such as the SEO mastery course, but you will have enough depth in terms of keyword research and content optimization so that the content can start getting traffic from the search engines. Now let's go ahead and look at search engine marketing. So search engine marketing is basically boosting your search results, and you are driving traffic to the landing pages. In this case, you are not driving traffic to the blog, and you are going to track the conversions and ROI, because here you are paying for these keywords. You are collecting a bunch of keywords which you can also discover from your SEO activity, because you are writing a bunch of articles on your blog, and then you are tracking what are the blog pages that are getting the most traffic. And with Google Search Console, you will also be able to go ahead and find out what are the keywords that people are searching for. And with those keywords, you can go ahead and advertise on SEM, which is search engine marketing, which is basically Google AdWords if you want to advertise on the Google search engine. So what I will do now is that I will go ahead and quickly show you an overview of my Google Ads account. And if you want to learn Google Ads in depth, you can check out my Google Ads mastery course, in which I have created several modules just on Google Ads, because Google Ads is very advanced. In this video and in this lead generation mastery course, I will just give you an overview of it. So here I am inside my Google Ads account, and here you can see these are all the different campaigns that I am running. And if you go ahead and look at this particular campaign, which is called LDM Leads, this particular campaign in the last month has generated 1,35,000 clicks or 135,000 clicks at an average cost per click of 3 rupees. And we have got a conversion rate of 31% on the landing page, and the cost per conversion is just 10 rupees. So if I go ahead and have a look at the ads, so these are all the ads that I am running for my free digital marketing course. And as I showed you, this is the lead magnet that I have. So here people go ahead and enter their name and email ID and enter my funnel, where I will go ahead and build trust with them using the drip marketing funnel that I have created. So it's a little bit difficult to go ahead and explain you Google Ads in depth, but the basic idea is that you have a lot of keywords, and these keywords are going to drive traffic to your search results. So if I go ahead and look at search keywords, so here you can see there are a bunch of keywords, and when people search for these keywords, my ad shows up. And when you look at search terms, so these are the terms that people are searching for on Google search. So let's say I go ahead and search for digital marketing course. So if I search for digital marketing course, we have a bunch of ads here. One is Udemy, then we have Simplilearn, then we have Harvard marketing course. And then when you scroll all the way down, you don't have any ads below. So let's try searching for digital marketing course, Digital Deepak. So here you can see this is the ad that is running: free digital marketing course by Deepak, learn digital marketing online. And people click on this ad, they come to my landing page and they enter their name and email ID, and that's how I do this entire thing. And here you can see I have something called dynamic search ads, which work. And here I have a lot of different keywords, and I can go ahead and look at this particular video ad. So I'm also running video ad inside Google search. So here, this is not necessarily Google search, this is actually YouTube search and YouTube discovery ads. So if I go ahead and look at this month, you will be able to see that this particular video has generated almost 1 million impressions, and it has got like 16,000 views, and the average cost per view is just 80 paisa, which is almost 1 to 2 cents. So here, let me go ahead and look at the videos that are in the ad campaign. So if I go ahead and click on this video, let's look at what is the amount of visitors that it has got. So here we can see that it has got 69,300 visitors. So I'm driving traffic to this video, which is a crisp version of this entire course. and I'm also upselling the lead generation mastery course, which is this particular course that you are learning, and I am driving traffic to it via Google Ads. And here you can see I have created another campaign called the drip marketing article. So I am driving traffic to this particular blog page, and let's look at yesterday. So you can see yesterday 43 clicks at 22 rupees per click, and let's look at today, which is 9 clicks at 20 rupees per click. So here, this particular article, I am driving traffic directly to it. So this is just an experimental campaign that I started just to see what are the search terms that are coming up. And here you can see if I go into search terms, we'll be able to look at the actual search terms that people have been searching for. So sometimes your search engine marketing can also go ahead and help you with your search engine optimization, because you can look at the keywords that people are searching for, and then you can go ahead and target these specific keywords for your articles as well. So you can take all these keywords and then you can write an article around it and try to rank for these particular keywords in your blog. So which means that will start giving you free traffic, right? To explain Google Ads anymore would be beyond the scope of this particular video. And let me also go ahead and look at ad stats. So I will show you the ad stats. So here basically I have created Google Ads statistics dashboard. So here in this particular dashboard, I will be able to see the amount of traffic that I am getting for my campaigns, the amount of leads that I am generating. And this kind of gives me like a bird's eye view on how much traffic I am generating and how much leads that I am generating through my campaign. So this is how Google Data Studio works. And again, Google Data Studio is covered in my Google Ads Mastery course. And there are some free videos about Google Data Studio on my YouTube channel, which you can see, so that you can build dashboards like this. And if you are a freelancer and if you are giving services like Google Ads or Facebook Ads for your clients, then you can definitely go ahead and create a dashboard on Google Ads. So now that we have covered SEO and SEM, in the next section of this video, let's have an overview about Facebook ads and how Facebook ads work. And as I said, there will be an in-depth lesson on Facebook ads in the module about attention in this particular course. But this will be an overview, a quick overview of how I use Facebook ads to go ahead and drive traffic to my landing page. And we will also look at social media, how you can use social media to drive traffic to your landing page, your free content, and your opt-in forms. So here I am inside my Facebook Ads Manager, and here you can see there are multiple campaigns that I am running. One is a click campaign and one is a conversion campaign. So here, this particular conversion campaign is the campaign that is driving traffic to my learndigitalmarketing.com landing page, which is the lead magnet. And this is the similar kind of ads that we have created for our clients as well, where we go ahead and create a landing page and then we use Facebook ads to drive traffic to that landing page. So this is the ad set, and inside the ad set you can see there are 7,435 leads generated so far. And if I want to go ahead and have a look at this particular ad, I will click on preview and I will click on Facebook post with comments. So the way I like to run Facebook ads is that, unlike other people, I don't like to put a fancy ad which is distracting. I like to engage people with my writing. I like to go ahead and tell a story. And here you can see I have basically, told my personal story. Back in 2008, I knew nothing about digital marketing and I started a blog. I grew my blog, and then the blog was getting 1 million page views a month. And then I worked at different companies as a digital marketing manager, and I'm basically putting a photo of me which is very personal. And when people are browsing through Facebook and when they see an ad which looks like an ad, they basically ignore it. They need to see something which does not look like an ad and it looks like a post made by a friend or someone from their network, and that is when they will pay attention to the ad. So here basically you can see the title is how a small town boy became a top digital marketer. And here if I have to go ahead and click on this, here you can see that this particular click opens learndigitalmarketing.com, and here people enter my funnel and then I put them into the trust building sequence. So this is how it works. And here you can see that this particular ad has 517 comments. And some of the things that makes Facebook ads work very well is to go ahead and have a very good target audience. And in this case, I have created a lookalike audience of the people who have already converted in my website, and the lookalike audience of those customers work very well because Facebook is going to go ahead and pick out the audience which looks very much like my existing customers. You also have to optimize your Facebook ads for conversions, which means that you have to put the Facebook pixel on the thank you page. And when you are putting the Facebook pixel there, then what will happen is that Facebook will track all the conversions that are happening in your campaign, and Facebook will start optimizing your campaign for conversions. Advanced level of Facebook ads is covered in my Facebook ads mastery course, and you will be able to learn all the different techniques of running Facebook ads. But going into any more depth when it comes to Facebook ads is beyond the scope of this particular video. So let's go ahead and look at the last method, which is social media. So here we are basically talking about Facebook being an outbound advertising medium, and that way you can also see that social media is also an outbound advertising medium because you are going ahead and trying to reach out to people and you are interrupting them with something interesting. When you look at SEO and SEM, these are inbound advertising mediums because when it comes to SEO and SEM, you are basically getting people to be interested in you because they are looking for you, and then you are showing your ad or your search result there. So if people are searching for learn digital marketing, then I'm showing my ad there, and this is going to be much more relevant because they are looking for me and I am looking for them. When it comes to Facebook ads, we can only put the target in the right way. So we are basically putting the target in such a way that we are targeting the correct audience, and then we are going ahead and interrupting them with a story, and then we are trying to get their attention. So the click-through rate in Facebook ads will be definitely lower than Google ads because in Google ads they are looking for you. When it comes to Facebook ads, you are going ahead and interrupting them and you are trying to get them interested. So the usual click-through rate for Facebook ads will be around 1%, and the usual click-through rate for Google ads is around 3 to 5%. So what we are going to do is that we are also going to use social media. So you can go ahead and create a group on Facebook. You can engage people on the group. You can post something on your personal profile. You can encourage sharing on social media, and you can nurture existing followers and get new followers through them. So whatever channels you have, such as Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn, all these social media channels will give you more reach if you engage your existing audience in a very good way. And if you are engaging your existing audience in a well enough way, then what happens is that the algorithm kind of finds out that okay, you have some good content, and the algorithm will go ahead and give you more reach for the same content. So if you look at my Facebook group, which is Learn Digital Marketing Group, this particular group has around 200,000 members right now, a little less than 200,000 members. You can see 191.2k members. And I keep posting on this particular group, and other people also keep posting on this particular group. And this particular group kind of becomes an asset where people start discussing with each other. And because people are discussing with each other, the value kind of gets created, and new people also come into our funnel because of this group, because people want to join the group directly, and people wanting to join a private group also kind of becomes a lead magnet, right? So instead of people entering their name and email ID to opt in into a particular landing page, if people are entering a group and then they are giving their contact details, then that is also a form of lead generation. I would recommend that you have a group separately, such as a vBulletin forum or Mighty Network forum, which is something that we will discuss about in the community section. But the idea is that if you are trying to get people into a group and if people have to share their contact details, then it would be a good method of lead generation for you. So here, when it comes to Facebook group, they are joining the group, but we don't necessarily have their contact details. And as we have discussed already in previous videos, what happens is that they end up becoming Facebook users, not our users. And it's not a really good idea to go ahead and build your property on someone else's land. So that's about it for this video. And what we have discussed in this video is how you can use various methods to drive attention to the content that you have created, because if you don't proactively drive attention to the content that you have created, then your content will not be visible. And if your content is not visible, then you cannot generate leads, and if you cannot generate leads, you cannot build trust with them, and if you do not build trust with them, you cannot transact with them. So these are all the different methods that you can use to drive traffic to your content. And obviously each and every method is a very, very deep subject in itself. And we have SEO mastery course, we have Google Ads mastery course, we have Facebook Ads mastery course, we have social media mastery course, and you might want to go ahead and check out some of these courses separately after you finish the lead generation mastery course, if you want to really master one of these subjects. And what I would recommend is that instead of trying to master everything, master one area, like just master SEO, or just master search engine marketing, or just master Facebook ads, or just master social media ads. So once you master some specific area like that, then you will be able to go ahead and scale it up to such an extent where you are getting so much traffic that you are not able to handle it, and you are not able to serve the customers because you just have too much demand. And that is the benefit of digital marketing. That is the power of digital marketing. If you have a product which can scale, then you can scale the advertising so much that you will be able to start making riches very fast. And turning advertising into a profit is the fastest way to get rich, as many digital marketing experts have agreed. And one of the difference between SEO and SEM is that SEO is slow and long term, SEM is short term, and it drives a lot of results in the short term. But what happens is that in the long term, the paid ads, which is SEM and Facebook ads, becomes costlier and costlier because more and more people start competing. And when you do the long-term game, and when you have a lot of articles which are ranking very well, and your website keeps getting more and more authority, backlinks, popularity, then in the long term you will start getting free traffic to your website without having to pay for that traffic. So that becomes an asset. So that protects you from having to shell out money to always advertise on some other platforms, and that kind of becomes your own platform. So this is the overview, and I hope now it's all coming together for you in terms of how the entire CATT funnel is going to fit itself. And this is the CATT funnel as we have seen before: content, attention, trust, and transaction. And what we will do is that we will go ahead and put a tick mark on this particular thing as well, so that now we have covered content and attention. So in the next video, in this particular module, I will go ahead and talk about how you can build trust with your audience. And when you are building trust with your audience, you will be able to go ahead and convert that audience into a transaction, so that you can make a profit from the entire funnel. So I will see you in the next video, and I would like your comments on this video. If you have any questions, or if you have any feedback or comments, please go ahead and leave a comment below this video. I have enabled the comment section. You can also download the video and keep it for future reference if you want. And I will see you in the next video right now.